Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is May 25th. And before we start this live, in which we talk about intellectual property, I just want to take a moment to recognize the tragedy that has happened in Texas. I am very heartbroken over the lives that were lost. It's my understanding that yesterday was election day in Texas. So I hope that people take their hurt and their pain and their thoughts and their prayers and took them to the polls. However, what I'm coming here today to talk about is the controversy over Walmart's Juneteenth ice cream. So I've deep dived into this for the past 2 days. The first time I saw it was on Sunday, and they had ice cream. It's in traditional African American colors. It states that they're celebrating Juneteenth, and many people found it offensive. It was offensive for many reasons. Number one, Juneteenth. I can't see that it's necessarily a sacred holiday, but it is a holiday that has been celebrated in African American cultures over the past few years. And last year, President Biden made it a federal holiday. So now it's recognized as a federal holiday, and federal employees will be able to have off for Juneteenth. But Juneteenth represents the day that the slaves in Texas learned that they had been freed, that they were emancipated. Um, I believe that the South had surrendered 2 months beforehand, but it took that long to get that information to the slaves in Texas. So, number one, it's hard to, and I don't mean to say slaves, let me back that up, to the enslaved people in Texas. So imagine what it's like to be an enslaved person and to learn that you were actually free for 2 months. So again, people have started to celebrate Juneteenth, and the reason why there was a lot of outrage is because it seemed commercialized. Um, Walmart has not had a great history surrounding their relationship with minorities and how they treat their employees. So for Walmart to do this, it felt like a slap in the face. And then there were pictures from Dollar Tree, which is the Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree. I'm probably there every week. So there are pictures of Dollar Tree with, balloons and party settings. And again, it just seemed like Juneteenth was being used as a money maker. So I believe it was on Monday that it was announced that Walmart received all of the backlash and they removed their Juneteenth items. So in order to come to you guys and know what I'm talking about, yesterday I went out to both Walmart and Dollar Tree. For those of you who are in Philly, I went to the ones on Adams Ave. Bless my own little heart. I went early. So when I went to Walmart, they did not have any Juneteenth items up. When I went to Dollar Tree, they actually had two journals. Um, so this one that says Celebrate Freedom, Juneteenth, and they had this one. And to be quite honest with you, I was not offended by the journals for a couple of reasons. Number one, I have a problem with journals, meaning I collect too many journals and I like to write in journals. But number two, it did not seem like um, Juneteenth was being taken for granted or being um, used for party purposes. So these two journals do not bother me. I've already started to write in them. Um, And so another thing that happened on the internet, and when I say on the internet, I'm primarily on Facebook. I will dabble in Twitter. Usually I head over to Twitter. If somebody says something's happening on Twitter, I'll go over there to figure out what's going on. So, of course, they were talking about this issue. But another issue was somebody posted that the Belcom company trademarked Juneteenth. So that outraged people even more. And as a trademark attorney, I want to come to you and explain exactly what happened. So if you do a cursory search of the USPTO website, that's the United States Patent and Trademark website, If you search for Juneteenth, and like I said, this is just a cursory search, they will pull up about 32 applications for Juneteenth. And when I say for Juneteenth, some of them are for Juneteenth by itself, and some of the applications are for like Juneteenth birthday, or let me find my phone. I can tell you exactly which ones they were. So I wanted to dispel the myth that Walmart or the Belcom Company trademarked Juneteenth. They applied for a trademark for Juneteenth in September of 2021. In December of 2021, that application was suspended, meaning it is not going for it right now. And if you could just give me a moment, I want to check my references regarding the other Juneteenth applications. I don't want to give you guys any false information. Okay. So, out of the 32 applications that contain the word Juneteenth, these are the ones that have been trademarked. So, they went through the trademark process and they were granted the trademark. So, that is Juneteenth 365, Juneteenth Freedom Festival, Free Ish Juneteenth, Juneteenth Apparel, Juneteenth Strawberry Soda, Financial Juneteenth, and Big Papa Juneteenth. So when you file for a trademark, there is a lot involved with it, and that's why you have trademark attorneys. So when you apply for a trademark, it has to be applied for in a class. A class describes what goods or services that mark is being used for. So you can apply for apparel. You can apply if you have a new um, woodworking apparatus that you have. You can apply as a service, you can apply as an accountant, as a lawyer. So when you are awarded the trademark, it is in the class that you have applied for. So for instance, if I were to, I don't want to use any items in here that might cause a problem. So if I were to apply for the class of widgets apparel, and that is class 25 in apparel, and somebody else applied for widgets apparel, but it was in another class, there is a possibility that they could be awarded a trademark if it could be differentiated. So perhaps my class was apparel, and it was coats, jackets, t-shirts, but somebody else applied in a class that applied for for body bags or book bags or something different. So I just want you to understand that when people apply for trademarks, there are 45 different classes, and people can apply for multiple classes for that trademark. But when I went over the 6 marks that have gone through and have been registered under the Juneteenth name, recognize that they were not awarded a trademark for the name Juneteenth alone. When you file a trademark application, they ask if you want to disclaim, and if you don't do this, they'll come back to you, any words that are basically common words. So Juneteenth is a common word. It's a common name. It's a federal holiday. So all of the classes that were awarded marks that contain Juneteenth contained something else extra added in. So again, I just want to clear the air that Walmart does not own the Juneteenth trademark. The Belcom Company does not own the Juneteenth trademark, and I doubt they would be awarded a trademark in that area. So I hope this helps some of you. I hope that some of the outrage has died down, especially in light of we have other things going on in this country that require more of our attention. But I do want to recognize the power of social media. And when I say social media erupted, it was everywhere. I mean, it was within 24 hours that Walmart issued that statement and pulled items, items from the shelf. Now, there are some people that don't have a problem with the items that were being offered by Walmart. And to each their own. However, a lot of people did have problems with the Juneteenth items that are offered. I wonder what they're going to do with them now. So, in other news, I haven't been on since last Wednesday, and my goal is to get on here daily. I'm sorry. Again, there's a lot of life going on. And last Wednesday, I hosted my masterclass, which was a masterclass for name, image, and likeness. And the topic was for student athletes on how to get the deals, negotiate the deals, and how to become your own boss. I am in the process of editing that film. And if you are not able to make the masterclass and you want access to it, please feel free to inbox me, or you can contact me at info@cogerlawfirm.com. That is COGER lawfirm.com. And I will make sure I get that information out to you. So the masterclass was great. And I'm going to bring it to you guys once a month on the second Tuesday of the month. So I think the next masterclass is on June the 14th. Yep, June the 14th at 7 o'clock. And so the topic of this, it's going to be a masterclass and it's going to be a workshop. So NIL, name, image, and likeness is new. So I'm always educating about name, image, and likeness. But when I say the next class is going to be more of a workshop, we're going to work on preparing a student athlete's NIL profile. So we're going to go through, gather your numbers, how many followers you have on Twitter, on TikTok, I know the young people really aren't on Facebook, but and then we are going to talk about, who would you like to get deals from? Would you like to get a deal from Gatorade? Are you interested in the local Cadillac dealership? And we're going to talk about how to approach these companies, because you do not need to wait for the companies just to come to you. So I will be back here tomorrow at 1:30. For those of you that are on Facebook and Instagram, I am going to upload this because it did not stream live. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, inbox me, DM me, email me at info@cogerlawfirm.com. Thank you.